MS Teams got some updates. That's why it took so much of time to start up with. So no worries, we'll just cover up those topics and we will ensure that all the guaranteed topics what we have committed we are going to discuss in our training program. Now, I believe everyone has received those case studies over email, and I request not to open any files from that email attachment directly. Just download as it is and go for extract all. You will be finding all these files inside. If you have done it, kindly drop me a message in the chat box confirming Y for yes. If you have not done it, please do it now. In the meantime, instead of alien to each other in this meeting room, let's go for a formal introduction so that we can get to know each other very well. You can ask your questions in the comfort zone. We can make our program more interactive. And at the end of the day, you will be leaving with a lot of takeaways and you'll be getting more confidence to make your things better. So let me start with myself. My name is Prabhas Panda. Past 17 years, I have been to this MS Office training and consulting, and I own a small organization called Excel4all. Though the name is Excel, our expertise is not confined to Excel alone. We have complete expertise in Microsoft Office applications, along with the ETL tools like Power BI, Tableau, and we have expanded our horizon to finance modeling with Excel and finance for non-finance. So this is what the core expertise we do have. And yes, in the weekdays, we conduct the corporate trainings in the various corporates. And weekends, we do this kind of public workshops for the people who are not getting time to spend in the corporates to enhance the Excel skills. They can join our workshop and get benefited. And our sole objective is in this entire 16 hours, how to save our turnaround time, how to increase our productivity and efficiency while working with Excel, how to reduce the human works or human errors, and how to avoid the duplication of work while working with Excel, we are going to discuss. So our program is based on these four pillars. And yes, for your understanding, I'll tell you, Excel is such a subject. In fact, 6 months training is also not enough to complete the subject. So we have a window time of 16 hours. So I just want to ensure that whatever the things you have expected or you have some goals in your mind you wanted to discuss with the training, you can bring it to us, no problem. And we are going to work with the live examples, and this is what nothing but the live case studies. All right. Now, I am interested to know something about you. So I'll just call out the names from our meeting room. You have to help yourself with a two-line of introduction about your job responsibility and the roles what you handle with, and what's your expectations from this 16 hours of journey. So I'll start with our friend named called Avinash. So Avinash, able to hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Avinash Saunke from Keshavnagar, and currently I'm working in Attitude as a senior online business analyst. My work is to analyze the business and update the content on the business. Uh, I'm here uh, to advance the Excel knowledge and to get the new opportunities. Uh, New opportunities. That's why I'm here.
Okay. Right. Next, I'll go to Aishman.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ayushman. I was a senior manager at an IT firm. So I come from a field of manufacturing IT, usually on the life sciences side. And of late, I've seen that after post-COVID, there is a lot of Power BI and a lot of data that comes at my place, to be honest. And I would like to make sense of the data, and I see that Excel is a very sharp tool to do that. By the end of this session, I should be able to reduce the noise from the data, present the data properly, and make a story out of the data. So that's the reason why I chose this workshop.
Okay. Thank you. Next, I'll go to Jagdish. Yeah, Jagdish, I guess we're unable to hear you. Could you please check your mic? I'm not sure whether you're able to hear me, but we are unable to hear you. Yeah, please log out and log in again. So I guess the problem will dissipate. All right. So next we'll go to Kavita. Yes, Kavita, you can unmute and speak. Your mic is on mute. Okay. So I'll come to
Yeah.
Kavita later.
Uh,
Yeah.
hi, I'm Kabita, and I've
Mhm.
joined this class to update my Excel knowledge. That's
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Okay. No problem. Next we'll
Yeah.
go to Kiran.
Good afternoon. My name is Kiran Harde. I am from Wagoli. I am working in Attitude. I've joined for data management and data how to organize the data in Excel.
Okay. All right. Next I'll go to Srilakshmi.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Sri Lakshmi. At present, I am a housewife. I have completed my MBA and MCom. And after getting married, I went to Singapore and I came back to India now. Just I have trained in Oracle Fusion Financials, and I want to update myself in Excel. So that's all. Getting my knowledge, and I'm looking. I want to restart my career again.
All right.
Thank you.
Fine. No problem. So now I'll go to Sumit. Yeah, Sumit, we are unable to hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now it is audible.
Okay, fine. So my name is Sumit Aneja. I'm working as a senior business analyst in banking domain. So my
Mhm.
job profile includes working on huge data on daily basis, and my expectation from this training is to understand complex formulas of Excel and how can I
Mhm.
analyze huge data in multiple sheets and the presentation of the same, right? And as you said in the beginning in your introduction, how much we can reduce our manual efforts while working on Excel and automate the same.
Absolutely. All
Thank
right.
you.
Yeah. Next we'll go to Swagatika.
Hi, myself Swagatika.
Mhm.
Actually, I'm working for a cost consultant as a senior engineer. I'm basically a civil engineer. So
Mhm.
I'm working in a commercial, like pre-contracting team. So we used to prepare like contract documents and tendering documents and doing lot of rate analysis for the items and all. So I just wanted to upgrade myself, and I just wanted to much efficient in doing this formula, and also that I'll be upgrade myself better. So I choose for this.
Right. No problem. Yeah, Jagdish, able to hear us now? Yes, Jagdish, able to hear us?
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, perfectly.
Yeah, no, actually, my headphones are not working, I think. Okay, sorry.
Mhm.
Okay.
No
Currently,
problem.
I'm working in Tata Motors,
Mhm.
and I'm majorly into procurement of direct parts and
Mhm.
supply chain management. And I have experience of approx 9 years in automobile industry completely for
Mhm.
car parts and everything. So my main focus from this training would be having a good hands-on on Excel later on, where I'll be updating and will be very fast enough into Excel in terms of managing huge number of inventory parts and data analysis kind of. And approx 18,000, 20,000 part numbers are there. So how I could miraculously uh, define those and using formulas and spreadsheets and everything, and looking forward to it. Yeah.
Great. No problem. So I guess I have noted down all your expectations. So anything is missing, you're always welcome in this entire 16 hours of journey, people. And here. As I told you, in today's world, time is money. So whatever the task you do, if you're able to save some time, that will be a great achievement while working in corporate. And your time saving options, whatever you use, that decides how to present your data standing out of the crowd. Data, it will be there with everyone, but how you are analyzing your data, what kind of exercise you do on that, how you are presenting to the management, that matters the most. So in one way, say in today's world, data is the life, or it's a kind of oxygen for the industries. Though your industry is profit making, loss making, that's a different story. But if you have the data and you are not doing anything on that, then you're always keeping yourself in the back seat. So to be in the visionary or to present your data in a better way and forecasting the things and doing the predictive analysis on that, it is very, very essential working in today's world while working in Excel. So that's why nowadays people hire the most who are having the good analytical skills. And any kind of analytical tools you are going to learn, the primary thing is Excel should be there and you should be good at in Excel. Then only you can migrate to Power BI or Tableau, Big Data, R, Python, anything. So along with your Excel skill, if you have a programming knowledge, you can definitely make your things better. But yes, let's confine our limit to only Excel. So we are working in Excel, no doubt, but what we are lacking with is we are not having the right approach by looking at the data over there. So we are going to discuss all these things. But yes, it's not just one end. I keep delivering the things and you have to keep watching my skin over there, people. We are going to have hands-on practice in the training program itself. So one-time practice is very, very essential in the training. And post-training, you have to keep working with your live data and keep practicing. So practice is very, very essential key over here to get a hands-on or expertise or having a grip on those topics. I can do only a postman job. Whatever Microsoft has designed, I can pass on those knowledge to you. You have to keep working hard and trust me, the tips and tricks and the techniques what you're going to learn from this 16 hours, it will be worth and definitely it will be helping you in your later course of action while working with any other tools or any other applications you are going to learn. But how to work? Well, whenever I'm explaining something on the screen, if you have some doubts or queries, you can always unmute your mic and ask your query. Definitely, I'll help you then and there. If you believe a lot of noise around, I would suggest not to use the mic option, use the chat box. So throughout this training program, this chat box will be open. So you can drop your queries. I'll be reading out the queries and I'll help you out with the right answer. If you believe at any point of time, the audio exchange or text exchange is still not enough, you want my presence on your screen. Yes, we do have a screen sharing option. You can always go to share screen, but I would suggest you always share your entire screen or entire desktop. I repeat, always share your entire screen or entire desktop. Don't share a specific window because if you do so, some dialog box launchers will be missing and I would not be in a state to help you out properly. So this is how we are going to communicate in this entire 16 hours of journey. We'll be taking one short break somewhere around 4 to 4:30, depending upon the flow of the content. Don't worry. So that will be just a bio break or kind of a refreshment break, you can say. And again, we'll come back and we start working with our program. And at the end of the day, if you have any queries, then we'll also spend some 5 to 10 minutes to clarify all your doubts and queries. All right. Now, coming back to the files. Training is of 16 hours. Why so many files? The reason is being there. I'll tell you. I'm not only going to teach you the Excel features, formulas, functions, tools, tips and tricks, people. I'm also going to give you some handy solutions for the problems you face while working in Excel. Now, what kind of problem we face? What is the major challenge while working with Excel? Anybody, any department, any industry, wherever you are working with, the primary challenge is about the data management or file size management or file space management. It's the biggest issue. Now, what is that issue? Let me put it in a scenario format. Suppose, say, take an example. You have created a file and on daily basis, you are incorporating your data in that Excel file. One fine morning, what will be happening? The file size becomes huge, you must have noticed, And when you take that file to the meeting, it always takes a lot of time to open, and you are keeping your audience waiting over there. Sometimes some people get irritated out of this and they pass some adverse remarks. They say, Pravas, why don't you do something with the file? It always takes a lot of time to open and it is killing our time. People know that very well. This is the problem, but they still don't stop humiliating us. So now the question is how to reduce that Excel file size. Problem we know, but we don't have the solution. So when you approach to someone, they say some different options, but we don't want to take that risk because we believe if I do some R&D on that, there might be a chance of data loss. So having the problem over there as it is, we keep working, and what happens? We degrading ourselves, we degrade our speed over there while working with Excel. So this is what the people, the problem first we have to rectify while working with Excel. But how? Without taking any third party support, without going to Google and just working blindly on that, I would suggest to people there's a Word document I have shared with you, naming called 8 ways to reduce your Excel file size. So just for the information, watch my screen, no need to do anything. This file will be containing all the 8 steps. Very precisely it has been designed along with the screenshot, stepwise information. I will take you through one sample case. Just watch my screen. There was an Excel file. It was of 14.6 MB space. Without deleting a single content, without removing any data out of this, we could reduce the Excel file size by 28%. It's a great achievement. So like that, there are 8 different ways we have prescribed. What I suggest is go through this entire document and keep it with you. Even though you don't remember the whole step, no worries. But tomorrow, if at all you are facing a problem or anybody from your teammate is going to face such kind of challenges, being a team leader, being a department head, you could be a helping hand to them. So this is the reason why this file I have shared with you just to give a helping hand. Now, one more file is called keyboard shortcuts. One Excel file is there. If you open that Excel file, you will be finding not only of Microsoft Excel keyboard shortcuts, but also Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, Outlook. The Office applications, whatever we use the most in our routine activities, all this list of keyboard shortcuts in one inventory, one file you will be finding. So only thing is what you need to do, make a point, at least 2 new keyboard shortcuts learn in a day, and you should start implementing from today onwards. And what is going to give you the benefit? At the end of 30th day, trust me, if you develop this habit, within 30 days, you can see a significant growth in your workplace. And trust me, you will be able to save minimum 1 hour of your day because of the keyboard shortcuts. But you have to practice. Overnight, nothing is possible, and you cannot by heart all the keyboard shortcuts at once. The only thing is you have to just keep using the same in your workplace. So this is a ready-made inventory. I have given it to you again. Keep it on your desktop and on daily basis, keep practicing. Now, one more file I have shared with you, a notepad file naming called Learn Excel Free. There are 10 website names I have listed over here. What is the purpose? Tomorrow, when you want to enhance your Excel skill without going to someone's YouTube channel and later getting frustrated, I would suggest you go to all these websites and you will be getting a lot of beautiful things over there in this particular sites, and you can enhance your Excel skills to the next level. Now you can ask me a question, Prabhas, why only this 10 website? There are lakhs and crores of websites are there. The reason why I'm prescribing all these things because I have done my own R&D and I found that these are the sites where you will be getting a lot of beautiful contents with industry-based case studies, and the authors they use industry-based case studies so that you can connect with your data properly, and they keep upgrading the contents whenever Microsoft comes up with a new update, and they have their own forums also where you can ask your questions, and the audience or the members whoever associated to their website, they will be also giving the reply to your queries as well. So entire thing is complimentary. Only thing is you have to spend your time for going through and navigating all these new facilities or options. So these are the files people I have already shared with you. in your sample case studies folder just to give a helping hand. And rest of the files are nothing but the industry-based case studies. We have taken out some problem statements from accounts, finance, production planning, supply chain, sales, marketing, or HR. Anything you name it, you'll be finding all the problem statements over here. Okay. So these are the files. We call it as a case studies, and I'll take you through the same. Looking at the problem statement, what would be our right approach? We are going to discuss and what parallelly or together. Yeah. Among 10 or so, which one can be referred on prior? So there is no priority. It's on the need based, Jagdish, because you may be dealing with your, say, more to the data analytical side. So you will be looking at your statistical functions and formulas. Somebody from the sales or marketing, he is looking into more into the presentation side. So there is no such kind of comparison between the sides. So each and every sides, they are more competent enough to cater your needs. So you can check whichever the data sets or the language is more preferable for you. You are quite clear with that, and you can connect with your data easily. You can just refer it. So there's no comparison. Okay. Now, coming back to our first case studies file that is called case studies. So kindly go to that case studies file and open that piece. So you'll be landing up with your cover page. And here you should go for the next button. You'll be getting a sheet called business maths. Okay. Now here, kindly confirm all of you have got the same file and same worksheet opened in front of your screen. File name is case studies. Sheet name is business maths. Okay, Avinash has confirmed. How about others? So this is how I keep asking people, are you with me? Is it clear? Have you understood? Is it okay? So I'll be also seeking a line of support from your side in the chat box, Y for yes or D for done, so that effectively we can utilize the window time. Fine. Now, being an Excel user, we must know one thing first, people. Which version of Microsoft Excel is installed in our system? We need to know that first. That is very, very essential. But how to explore it? Just see. If you go to your file menu, okay, in the extreme bottom, you will be finding one option called account. If you do not have, there will be integrated options called more. You can go and navigate and you will be finding account. So account must be there. Go and click that. And the moment you click towards the right side, you could notice your own version name. So I have got 365. What is yours? Just read it out and drop me a message in the chat box. 365, 2013, 16, 19, 2021, or 2024. Well, Jagdish is having 2016. Sumit 365, very good. I spun 2021. Okay. How about others? I got three confirmation. Going to file, then go to account. Okay. Avinash is also 365. Right. So Lakshmi also 365. Fine. Yes, Swagatika, what's yours?
Yeah, it's 365.
Okay, great. All right. So here I would like to tell you one thing, people. Why we need to know which version of Microsoft Excel is installed in our system. The reason is, suppose say somebody who is sitting next to you, your friend or colleague, he is doing his job with no time by using some ready-made features, functions, or formulas of Excel. Of course, you will be also start expecting from your system. But when you are trying to apply such kind of formulas or function, you find that those are missing in your system. So no need to be panic. This is because of the versions difference. So what I'm trying to say is, if I'm explaining something on my screen, and if you do not have such features in your window, don't be panic. That is might be because of the versions difference. Okay. And I'll tell you which are the features you have or you may not have in the depending upon the version specific. I'll tell you whenever the time comes. Don't worry. But now, in a simple line, I would like to say, if you are getting 365 at your workplace, you are really blessed. Because 365 is the only version where you get many more formulas, functions, features, tools, formatting patterns, and including some templates and AI tools ready-made, which you do not have in any other versions of Microsoft Excel. So if you want to purchase a laptop for your personal purpose also, I would always recommend go for Office 365. Okay. Now, coming back to our data. So here, in our routine activities, we do a lot of basic calculations. But the problem is we spend a lot of time for doing the same. So let's go and have some basic knowledge while working with our routine activities. So suppose say, take an example. I have to go and design a series like 1 to 10, 1 to 20, or 1 to 30, something I need to create. And I need to incorporate my data on that. So how to create a series? How do you design your series or serial numbers or chronological orders? Ideally, we prefer to do one thing. What is that? We go and type 1, then 2, and we select both, and we drag it down, and this gives me series. Do you agree with me? Yes, no? Right. So this is quite convenient option. We apply this, no problem. Now, let me take you through one more option. Typing 1 over there, going to the next one over here, equal to previous cell plus our 1 over here. So this is called 1 plus 1 technique and formula driven series. I'll go and get it. So this is one more option to generate your series. Do you agree with me? Now, if you compare these two options, which one seems better, user friendly or time saving? You believe option 1, option 2. Option 1 is easy for everyone. Okay, great. So second one, don't anybody is not preferring. Fine. Let me take you through some more. Is there any way we can generate our series? Take a look. I'll go for 1 over here and I will just drag it towards my down. And the moment I see in the bottom, can you see one autofill option button? This button is called as autofill option. If you go for that, there's an option called fill series. So this is one more option which will be helping you to generate a series. Now you tell me which option is better, option 1, 2, 3. Of course, third one, see, now immediately the perception has been changed from first to third one. All right. Is there any other way we can generate our series? Let's have a look. If I go for 1, just watch my screen. If I go for 1 and if I drag it, what I'm getting? All the places I'm getting the identical value. That is 1. So instead of doing that, what I can do, just watch my screen. I'll go for 1, but the moment I'm thinking to drag it down, I will hold my control key and I'll drag it. Can you see? It is always generating a series. Try this. Type 1, and the moment you are dragging it, hold your control button and drag. Are you getting a series? Now you tell me which option is better. Option 1, 2, 3, 4. Whichever you prefer. No problem. It's not mandatory. You should say 4 or 1. I gave you 4 options. Check and analyze and tell me which option you feel that's time saving or it's user friendly or I can opt it for generating a series. All right. So here, mostly people prefer to go for fourth and Ayushman is in third or fourth. He is quite okay with that. Fine. Now, here you could notice one thing that though I'm able to create my series, but I have to keep dragging the series exactly till the line which I want. Suppose I want to create a series of 1 to 100. So I have to keep dragging till row number 100. If I need to go for 1 to 1000, so I have to keep dragging till I reach to my 1000 row numbers. Do you agree with me? So that is really time taking, time consuming. Instead of that, just imagine if you have something like you can decide the starting and ending point, and on a click of button, if you get that help of 1 to 100, 1 to 50, or 1 to 500, anything, if you're able to generate, that will be really time saving. Yes. So let's see how to create a series when you have a large volume of data, say 1 to 10,000. Just see. I go on type 1, okay, over here. Just watch my screen for a minute. Next 1 minute, I'll be giving time to try. First, watch my screen. I'll go to that cell, I'll go to home. We have a very beautiful option called fill. And in this fill option, in the home tab, we have an option called series. And when I go for series over here, with immediate effect, it will be taking me to a series dialog box. Step value is the first one, what we have selected 1. And stop value, how much you're expecting the end value? Suppose say 500 or 50, anything. But remember, we don't want our numbers to be populated in the rows. We want in columns. So change the orientation from rows to columns. And once you click OK, just see the beauty. With immediate effect, 1 to 50, is it able to generate? Yes. So this is how we have got another way to generate our series. So total 5 different ways I have prescribed. Try this and check is it working. Hope it is working. So now you tell me, out of these 5 options, which one seems better or user friendly or time saving? So Ayushman is saying fifth. Avinash is also saying fifth. How about others? You have to give your options. Yes, Jagdish, you have to go to home. We have an option called fill, a down arrow key symbol, and within that, series. Right. So Ayushman is saying now that if you ask me, I would say fourth and fifth option will be far better. But yes, depending upon the volume of numbers you want to generate. Suppose say you have got a small quantity, say 1 to 10, 1 to 20, you can go for fourth option, holding the control button, you can generate a series. If you have a large number of data to be populated, say 1 to 500, 1 to 1000, you can go for fifth option, going to home tab, fill series option, and you can generate your series. So this is how we have seen the various option, how to generate our series. Hope it is clear. Can I take that? So the best option, home, we got from find, sorry, we got from fill, and within that series. So this is the option we have explored. Any difficulties, anybody? All clear? If you have any queries, feel free to ask. Don't skip anything, even though it's a silly question, feel free to ask and make it clear. All right. So I consider that everyone is clear with our series option, how to generate it. All right. Now we'll go for our next option. Yeah, thank you so much for your response. So here, now we'll go for next. Our objective is called vendor evaluation. So whenever you have something to purchase, our purchase department or commercial department, or if you have other some department where the purchase activity has been carried out, what they suggest, they always recommend that if you want to purchase something, always go for minimum 3 competitive quotes. And technically, we call them L1, L2, L3. Do you agree with me? Right? Absolutely. So if you are looking for such data, take an example. We have a prices column. Look at that. And if I ask you, please find out, just manually check and please find out what would be my L1 price. L1 means the lowest one. Check and tell me what would be the lowest price. Mhm. Lowest price is 74. Very good. Second lowest, 99. Third lowest, 136. Correct? All of you agree with that? From the entire prices column, L1, L2, L3, is it the right values we have found out? Or if you have a different opinion, you can say, right. So as Avinash agreed, everybody is having the same voice, I believe. Now take a look. Since we have got maximum 7 to 8 items, it was easy for us to identify our L1, L2, L3. Now think about a real-time situation. The moment you open the file, there is a lag in the sound. Anybody else is facing the same problem? My audio is not reaching to you. Ayushman, you please check your connectivity or internet connection. If you have some problem, you can just log out and rejoin again. Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much for the confirmation. So here, as I was telling you, the moment you want to go for a real-time presentation, say, when you open the file, in that Excel file, in the whole column, there are 10,000 records are there. Now, if I ask you, please find out the L1, L2, L3 out of that, what will you do? Ideally, we prefer to go for sorting our data, right? We sort our data in smallest to largest order, and then three line items, what appears in the top, we consider that they are our L1, L2, L3. We copy the same, we go to our Outlook email, we paste in the Outlook email body, we send it across to our next level, to our boss for the approval of the same, and then we start procuring the materials. This is how the practice we have developed. Do you all agree with me? We are having a discussion with the real-time data and real-time examples. So you can connect with that easily. That's the why I'm explaining all those things. So nothing wrong. Whatever we are doing is absolutely fine, people, but think about it. In this entire whole process, where is the value additions to the work? Because sorting is a task, anybody can do that. Now, I could have given this task to one of my subordinate, one of my teammate. I could have given this task to one of my office boy also, because nowadays office boy comes with minimum of MS Office knowledge. So being a team manager, being a leader, being a supervisor, why I'm spending my quality time for doing a task which is non-productive in nature? A big question mark. We never ask ourselves. Okay, that we keep it on hold. Now this sorting task, today I am looking for XYZ product, I have to do sorting. Tomorrow, if I am looking for ABC product, again I have to sort. So what do you believe now? Whenever there is a new product comes, sorting is mandatory, sorting is must, and that is in duplication in nature. Do you agree with me? So each and every time we have to do sorting whenever there is a need to purchase a product, right? So this is what the place people to avoid that duplication of work, how to automate the same, how to bring a calculations in place that whenever we choose a product, if my L1, L2, L3, I'm expecting in three different cells immediately, how to get that. So basically, we have to go for using certain formulas and functions. Now, how to write your function? Just see. When you go for a particular formula or function, we go to a cell and we design our formula. And the same we drag it down towards down. And this is how the practice we have developed. But today we are going to do some changes. So what kind of changes we should go for it? Take a look. First, we'll select all the three cells where we need our answer. This is our first step. Okay. Then going to our cells, selecting all. Leave your mouse, leave your touchpad, go for equal to. You can notice it will start typing in the first cell of the data range. Then I'll be using a formula in Excel naming called small. So when you go for small formula, okay, this formula, whatever it has been displayed over here, this is called your entire syntax. In this formula, entire thing is called syntax. And each and every element you can see that letters are there, array. These are called formula arguments. Writing Excel formula is very easy only if you follow the arguments properly. So going forward, we are not going to by heart the formula. We are going to understand each and every element or arguments of the formula, and then it will be very clear and we can go for multiple situations, the formula applications as well. So now going for small formula, what it demands array. Where is the data? In the left side of my formula? Yes. Now use the left arrow key to reach to the left. Now selecting the entire column, Control Shift and down arrow key. Now when I copy this formula towards down, this array should not move down. This array should not move down. And what we should do? We should lock it. How to lock it? By using F4. So when you use F4 from the top line of your keypad, F1, F2, F3, F4, you will be finding it will be applying $2 symbol to my cell. So $2 symbol, one before column, making column lock, one before row, making row lock. So ultimately, the cell is locked. Similarly, when you go to our E19, column E is locked and row number 19 is locked. So when you go and apply this formula towards down, this range is not going to move down, comma. Now it is asking K. What is the meaning by K? K is nothing but number, integer, ranking over here. So here we'll just consider ranking. Now take a look. L1. L1 rank should be 1. L2 rank should be 2. L3 rank should be 3. So basically, in place of our K, we are looking for 1, 2, 1, 3. But we cannot go to our each and every cell, edit the formula, right? So we cannot write 1, 2, 3 at one place also. So how to get that 1, 2, 3? See, this 1, 2, 3 is already been prescribed in the immediate right side column over there. So we are going to take the help of that column. So now we need to move right. Use the right arrow key. Now bracket close. Formula is ready only with one cell. So ideally we go for enter, but today we go for control enter. So when you go for control enter, can you see the entire three cells, whatever we have selected, is it populating with the value? So this is how people, whenever there is a need, how to explain or how to define our L1, L2, L3 values out of the multiple cell references, we can go for this small formula and get our result. Try this, check is coming. Any difficulties, any questions if you have, feel free to ask. So this is how you can find out bottom 5, bottom 10, any values out of a list of data range. Selecting the whole range equal to small, then you should go for left to select the range, lock it by using F4, comma. You need to move right because you cannot go and click it manually because this is already in the cell. So you should go for using the right arrow key. So in your system, if you look at, you have the right arrow key over here, left, right, top, bottom is there, these four arrow keys. Okay. Then bracket close, control enter. All right, so how about others? Can you confirm, please? Any doubt? Feel free to ask. Fine. Yes, Sumit, Kiran, Kavita, what is the status? Would you please confirm me? Okay, so Kiran has confirmed. Swagatika, what's your status? See, feel free to ask. Don't hesitate. Don't feel that if I ask a silly question, Prabhas is going to make an opinion about me. I'm not here to do so. I'm here to help you out. But if you do not help yourself, it will be very difficult for me to help you out. So please ask questions as much as you can. Okay? Fine. So now I take that everyone is clear with how to apply this small formula over there in Excel and what is the use of this dollar symbol? Why did you apply this? And what is the significance of K? How to define that? We got the simple understanding. All right. So thank you so much for your response, people. Let's see how to find out the top three over there from the data set. Bottom three we have identified. Now we need to find out top three. Like for bottom three, we use small formula. What will be the opposite of small for top three? Should be large. So let's see. As I told you, practice first. We select all the three cells. We go for equal to and large. Then what it demands me? Array. It is there in my left. I should take and select this completely. And when I select this, I should go for locking the same because I need to copy this formula towards down. And now I need to lock it. Yes, comma. Then it demands me K. So K again, I should told you already, it should be the ranking, integer, number, or constant. So I should go for ranking. So I need to take the value from the left now. Use the left arrow key and bracket close. Formula is ready only with one cell, but we need to apply for rest. What is the shortcut we learned? Control Enter, and we got the answer. So this is how people, whenever there's a need, how to make use of this small and large functions while working with Excel, we got the basic understanding. And this will be again very, very helpful whenever you go for designing any kind of summary report, templates, dashboards, you can make use of this formula. No, 2 and 3 not necessary. By default, the formula goes down. No, suppose when you go for it will go down automatically. G14 will move to G15. So you don't need to worry about that and select it. So how to use small, how to use large, we got that. Yes, Aishman, any questions from your side? You have raised your hand. So if it is not for the question, you can lower your hand. So how to use these formulas over here, we got the understanding. Now, the question is sometimes people, as I'm showing those formulas on the screen itself, you might be also in need of that. While you're designing your templates and all, you need to keep your formula under display. How to do it? I'll tell you. See, there is a beautiful formula in our Excel naming called equal to formula text. What is that? Formula text. There is a formula ready-made. You can go to the cell which contains the formula, and this formula's basic job is to keep your formula under display. So can you see that? Formula text, how it is working. All right, so I believe now we all are clear with small and large functions application, right? So I would like to ask a question. Are you happy knowing about all these formulas, people? Small, large, and this other tricks, what how to generate our series, how to use this dollar symbol. Okay, fine then. So now let me take you through the next level. Just watch my screen. I would like to take two names from our group. Say I would like to take the name of Sri Lakshmi and other one is Swagatika. So Sri Lakshmi and Swagatika, if I take your name for the story, is that okay?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you so much. All right, so take a look at my screen. No need to do anything. Follow my audio. Now, suppose say this is what our friend Swagatika, she has designed all these formulas and designed a beautiful template or report. And she has presented the same to Sri Lakshmi. Sri Lakshmi is watching and she tries to understand the application of these formulas functions, but she is not clear why Swagatika has created this. So Sri Lakshmi felt for a while that it is unwanted and she had deleted all those things. Now what happens? Can you see that? Our entire formula is in trouble, isn't it? And this is what mostly happens with us. We keep designing something, some beautiful formulas, functions, we keep it and make it ready. We send it across to the other end. People play around with our formula and later they blame us that we did not design the formula properly. It is throwing error, right? Do you all agree with me? All right. So now the question is what we discussed, people. This is what our experts suggest us to do the job like this. But Microsoft Excel never recommends for that. Microsoft Excel never asks you to create such kind of helper column to get your formula over there or formula driven answer. Then how to design the formula? What Microsoft Excel recommends for it? I'll tell you. When you go for such kind of calculations, people, we need those one, two, three. That is for sure. Without one, two, three, it's not possible. But what we are going to do, we are going to make our formula efficient enough in such a way, it will generate those one, two, three in the formula itself, and it will be giving the result. So how it is going to generate in the formula itself? Let's go and discuss. First, watch my screen. No need to do anything. And observe what I'm doing. Next 1 minute, I'll be giving time to try. Don't worry. So first, watch my screen. If I ask you which row we are operating with, what will be your answer? You will be immediately look at now row header and you will tell me, Thomas, we are in row number 14. Do you agree with me? So here, if I ask you row header is there on, that's why I can immediately express. Now suppose say, if I ask Excel to perform the same job, what Excel is going to do, Excel is going to deal with a formula naming called row, ROW, open bracket, close bracket. And the moment I hit enter, can you see it is also reflecting the same no number? So row formula is nothing but it is just designed to help you out with a row number. That's it, row number. Okay. But in our case, what is that number we were expecting over here as 1? So already we are getting 14. We are expecting 1. How to get that? Simple, basic mathematics. Minus 13. Yes, to get 1, because we are already getting 14, if I am expecting 1, I should deduct with 13. Now the same we can apply for others, right? Now whatever we did outside the range of the formula, we have to include or incorporate inside the formula. But how? Take a look. I'll go through the same practice what we have done. I will select everything equal to large, taking the array, locking the same, comma. What I want k purpose 1, 2, 3. So one, how to generate? By taking the row function. Now row function will be giving me a row number, but which row number? How to confirm? Just select ROW alone. See the beauty, it is automatically throwing the result as 14. So this is called your formula check in the formula designing mode. And these options will be helpful just to check each and every segment of the formula. It's not necessary that first you need to write the entire formula, then keep checking. So this is how you can check each and every segment of the formula. Now, once you confirm this is giving row number 14, we are expecting 1. So we should go for minus 13. Now, the moment I go for bracket close, formula is ready only with one cell, but we need to apply for the rest. What is the shortcut? Control, enter, and we got the records. So we don't need any kind of helper column, people. Our formula is self-sufficient to cater the need, and this is how you can go for large with combinations of row formula.
Trying, I cannot, I need help.
Yep, you can share your screen. So large with row combination, kindly confirm if it is working well for all, or if you have any questions, do ask me. I would help you.
Pravasji, when
Hmm.
I selected a row,
Mhm.
he didn't show me 14
Fine.
in the formula.
Jagdish, you are in 2016, I guess, correct?
2016.
Because that options features is available only in 365 or 2021 or 2024. But no worries. What you can do is, I'll tell you, you can go to that formula segment. See, watch my screen first. Any point of time you want to check your formula segment, you can select the whole row function and then press F9
Mhm.
in the top row, F9. It will show the output immediately. Are you getting now?
Okay.
F9.
Yeah,
And then,
once.
yeah, just check. Is it working? Is it showing the row number?
It's only F9 or control F9 for that?
No, 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 no. Only F9. If it is not your direct key, go with function with F9. Fn key with F9.
Yeah, function F9. Yeah,
Yes.
it's doing.
Right.
Got it.
Now you have to come back. Once you confirm, okay, it is giving me 14, you have to come back. Come back how? By undo. Control Z, undo.
Okay.
Right. This is how you can check the formula. Right. Yes, Aishman.
Hi, Prabhaji. Sorry, I had some internet glitch, so that's why I kept bouncing in and out.
Mhm.
Apologies for that.
No problem.
Prabhaji, I just have one question regarding this dollar sign. You were
Mhm.
explaining that, and because of the internet issue at my end, I could not understand why did you use
Mhm.
this.
Right.
I myself use it many times, but I use it
Mhm.
without knowing the reason,
Logic
the
behind
depth,
it.
uh,
Okay.
the logic
I'll tell you.
behind.
I'll tell you. See, now suppose say this is what I had earlier over here, 1, 2, 3. Okay. And I was getting the answer exactly whatever manually we have just checked the same value we are getting, right? Now
Yeah.
suppose say what if I don't lock it? What if I don't lock it? Just say what happens? First number L1 74, we got it 74. Second 99, but what we have received 136. How come? Because when you go and check the formula, what happens when you copy the formula down? Can you see that blue color border is also moving down?
It shifted. Yeah.
So the location is changing, the range is shifting because that is the default nature of Excel. So though we are working with L1 or L3, our range is constant. In this area only, it has to search. This array should not move. For that reason, we are going for locking the range. So to lock the range, to restrict the movement, we go for F4. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
right.
Thanks.
So large with combination of row, kindly confirm. I got only confirmation from Sumit. How about others? Just a line of message, Y for yes or D for done. If you have rectified your top three, go for changing bottom three also. So going for equal to small, locking the range, comma, row function minus 13.
Sir, one silly doubt actually.
Yeah, please ask.
Any shortcut is there for that F4? Means every time we have to go and do the F4 for the dollar sign, or any shortcut
Yes,
is
there is that itself is a shortcut. See, when
okay.
you go for just try to understand one thing. Now, suppose you don't want to go for that F4. You
Yeah.
can manually go for application of dollar symbol, but you have to apply dollar symbol before E once,
Yeah,
then
yeah.
again going to 14 once. So that is what the long process. Rather doing it manually, you
Okay.
can simply go and press F4. So one shot, it will be applying a dollar symbol before column and before row as well.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I was asking actually. Instead of doing separately, we have to select the thing and put F4, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
So it locks, sorry, I'm Aishwan here. So it locks, so every time I use a dollar sign before an object, it will lock that. But so when you, if you can go back to the Excel.
Mhm.
So here, let's say E14, right? So if I put a dollar sign before E, so it will lock only, no, not here, sorry, the bottom three where you have, where you put the formula.
That's what I'm saying. When you go and press E4, E14, if you lock it before E dollar symbol comes, column E is locked. What is E? E is the column.
Okay.
So column is locked. Now one more dollar symbol before 14 is there. So this is called 14. So row number 14, when it is there, E14, that is called, this cell is completely locked because $1 symbol before row making row lock, $1 symbol before column making column lock. So in a cell, when you are ultimately cell, what is happening? Cell is nothing but the intersection point of your columns and row only. So entire cell is
Yeah.
locked.
Okay.
Yes.
Clear. Thanks.
All right, so I believe now this small and large with combination of row function. So this is called nothing but your nested functions. So when you apply multiple formulas in one line, one cell, that becomes your nested functions. Okay. So question number two, can I take that? All are clear with it? All right, now I'll move to question number three. So here, take a look. We have got some data. Any shortcut key for what, Swagatika?
Sorry, sir. This was my earlier question actually. Yeah.
Okay, okay, no problem. So now let's go for our prices column. Stay focused with my audio. Try to understand the problem statement. Suppose say I download some data, financial records, or you say your production records or your inventory records, anything. We have got our data with mixed type. Mixed type in the sense we have got positive, we have got negatives as well. Now looking at the same, suppose say my boss is not happy. He is telling me, Prabhas, I don't want to see the negatives over there. This data, you can keep it for your source, but in the next column, just get me those values only, which is positive in nature. So looking at the data, how do you classify something is negative? Anybody? Not in red color. See, red is the manually we have assigning that. By looking at the data, how do you classify that it is negative? My question is simple. Whatever it comes to your mind, you can express. Right. As Sumit said, if it is in bracket, it is negative. What else you see for the negative data? You must have noticed it would be like this also could be the case, right? So if it starts with a hyphen or dash symbol, this is a negative data. If it is there within brackets, this is called our parenthesis in the terms of our arithmetical words. So when you have data is there in the parenthesis, open and close parenthesis, this is also negative. Sorry. Now, this is by looking at the data, we decide, okay. Now, if I ask you, please logically decide whether data is negative or positive. What do? We go to each and every cell, we check if this value is more than zero, positive. If it is less than zero, negative. This is how we classify. Now, same thing we have to do it in Excel. So when you want to do the same in Excel, what you can do is any point of time to do any kind of logical calculations or perform over there, you can go for a simple if formula. So let's start working together. Select your entire array where you want your solution and go for equal to if. Now, when you go for if, what it demands? Logical test. So logical test, where to apply the set data which is there in my left. What kind of test? Is it greater than 0? So greater than purpose, we have the greater than sign or symbol in our keypad. We can take that. Comma. This entire setup becomes my logical test. Now, when you do a test, what we get? We get success, we may get failure also. We cannot predict that, right? But the formula, looking for the things in positive way, what it seems, it is asking me value if true. So if this value is more than 0, if it is say yes or true, then this value is positive. So if this value becomes positive in the next column, what we are expecting? The same value. So value if true is nothing but the same value we should expect. Yes. Comma. What's the next one? It is asking value if false. If this test is not true, means if this value is not greater than 0, means it is less than 0. If it is less than 0, then it becomes negative. If it becomes negative, then that we do not want in the next column. My boss has made it pretty clear. But there should be some treatment in the next column, right? So what kind of treatment? Like 0, hyphen, nil, not available, not applicable, anything you want to write, you must write within two double inverted quotes. But we are working with a template, so templates should remain blank. And blank purpose, you can go for two immediate double inverted quotes. Here people write two immediate double inverted quotes, but they do a mistake. What is the mistake they do? They define a space in between two double inverted quotes. That is really annoying because space, though it is not visible, but it is counted as a character. So you have to be very careful. Whenever you are expecting your formula output to remain blank, you must go for only two double inverted quotes, not the single quote four times also. That will be making a different meaning. Now bracket close or parenthesis close, formula is ready only with a cell. Need to apply for rest. What is the shortcut? As we learned, control, enter, and we got our records. So this is how people, whenever there's a need, if you want to segregate your data from a particular column, you can go for this kind of formula. Very, very helpful. Check it out. Is it working? No, no, Ashman. See, as I told you, see, whenever you want to apply a formula, first you select that area where you want to apply. You must select that area first. Then leave your mouse, leave your touchpad equal to, and go for if, taking this greater than 0. If it is yes, taking the value from left. If it is no, then only blanks. Then you should go for control enter. So if you miss to select, then you have to go for it. No problem, it happens. That's why I asked you go for one-time practice in the training. You can commit mistake 1,000 times in training only, but not at the workplace.
But Prabhasji, even if I
Yeah.
don't select it, it comes usually when I drag it.
No, no, you drag it.
Initially when it,
You have to drag it, right? That's what. Without
yeah, yeah,
dragging, how to do
okay,
that. Dragging always we have been
okay,
doing since the ages.
okay.
Fine. So if formula logic, I believe it's clear working for all. So this will be again very, very helpful whenever you are designing the templates or any kind of reports you are preparing, condition based something, you can keep the formulas ready and will be given the result. But remember one thing, this is what our 95% user, they will suggest you to do the job like this. But I do not recommend. Reason? We got the answer, no doubt, but I do not recommend if formula over here is, reason is, in any Excel file, the more the if formula, file size will be more because if formula always occupies a lot of space. So you have to be very careful. Do not use blindly if formula the most. Always keep this formula in the worst case. Like if you do not have any other choice, you should go for if formula. Now, the question is, okay, Prabhas, what you said, we have understood. Now, in this situation, if I'm not supposed to use if formula, what is the choice I have? How to keep my formula crisp? How to keep my formula in the limited characters? Just see. First, try to understand. I'll go for a formula naming called max. We know max formula, what it does. It finds out the maximum value in a range. So here it demands me number one. So I'll go for prices column number one, comma. It asks me number two. Now, what should be my number two? The moment we go for calculating logically whether the value is positive or negative, which value I asked you to compare with zero. So here also we are going for zero. Now, formula is simple. What are you trying to do exactly? See, we are trying to ask a question to Excel that between the price column value and zero, which is more, please return that. So between this value and zero, which is more, obviously prices column value. So we are not discussing below zero cases over here. Jobs becomes very simple, formula becomes very crisp, and file is now ready with one set of formula. The same I need to apply for others. Control, enter. So now when you go for it with immediate effect, can you see? We are getting over here, right? So this is called over here our simple logical operation of our max formula. Check it out. Is it working? You cannot have a blank by this option, Ashman. You have to go for this because blank is your own choice. So when you are going to define your own output, then you have to always depend upon the if formula. But in this case, you have to go and define in this because zero, though it is not having any value, but it is a null value. That's why it is taking the characters over here. So you cannot retain the cell as blank over there. All right, so I believe it's clear this if formula, how to work with. Any difficulties, anybody? Fine. Now let us go for some more date-related challenges, what we face in our routine activities and how to deal with the same. We are going to discuss that. Take a look. Suppose say I have started working with a project on 1st Feb 2019 and the project is over on 26 April 2020. And on this particular project, we are not working in Thursday, but rest of 6 days we are coming to office and we are working, assuming. And these are the list of holidays which we have never worked in those particular dates in the project. Maybe it might be my Independence Day or Republic Day or any other festive occasions could be the case. And I have never worked on those dates. All right. Now, having said this, my boss asked me a question. Pravas, do let me know how many days exactly you worked in that project. I just want to know that. Well, if that is the case, then how to compute it? See, in this case, instead of doing any other activities, just go for some ready-made direct formula in our Excel naming called Network Days International. So INTL stands for International. What it says, start date, we do have, comma, end date, we do have. Now, the moment we go for this, then it asks me a small pop-up like weekdays or weekend. So what is our weekend as per the question? We are not working in Thursday. So I need to go and select where Thursday only. And when I select, can you see with immediate right, I'm getting a declaration from Microsoft Excel that this is your weekend day. Yes. And there is also a number also assigned to that particular feature called over here 15. So you can write 1 5 manually, or you can double click on Thursday only, whichever it is your choice, you can go for it. Now, comma, holidays. So which are the holidays we are not working? It is there in my right side. I should go towards my right and select the entire range. And once I do so, I'll be getting my answer 381. So this is how people, whenever you happen to compute some business days or working days, if you want to calculate someone's efficiency or productivity of an employee, you can make use of this formula. Very helpful. Check it out. Is it working? Any doubt, any queries, feel free to ask. Fifteen is automatical, that is assigned. We are not defining any kind of logic. When you go for that pop-up menu, if you see, 15 is already defined for Thursday. So this is the number, 15 is already defined for Thursday. So since our formula demands Thursday is a weekly off, we have taken the consideration. That's why we are taking over here.
Okay.
Right.
So in case we have two, I mean, weekend, so Thursday is a weekly off, right? So Saturday,
Mm.
Sunday is a weekly off.
Yeah, so
Then,
you can change Saturday and Sunday. We have the option ready made. Saturday, Sunday, number one, already there.
okay, nice.
Yeah.
Okay. That's why I got 321. So the number of days became less when I
Yes.
tried it out. Okay. And in this case, why have you not used a stupid question again? But why have you not used the dollar
Because
block? When do you?
we are not applying the formula for more than one cell. See, dollar symbol application comes into place or picture when you are applying the formula for more than one cell either towards your bottom or towards your right. Then it comes. If we are designing the solution only for a cell, there's no point of
Correct.
getting worried about of moving the data or shifting the range because we are working only for one cell.
Correct. Okay.
Yeah.
So we put the locks. We example in the previous case where you use this if when you explain the if statement, that time we can use we did not
Not,
use the dollar.
not because we are checking each and every cell, right?
Correct.
Because
Okay.
this cell checking answer is here. Again, this cell, because this cell has to move down. That's why we did
Correct.
not lock it over here. Because if I lock it, E25 will never go to E26.
Okay. Okay.
So that's why we kept it open.
Okay. Thanks.
Well, I'll tell you, since it is creating a lot of confusion, just watch my screen. I'm quickly covering it for you. Suppose say I have got two columns of data and I'm looking for the product of these two columns. Say, take an example over here 10 and here I have got something over here. So 1 comma 9. Okay. Now take a look. Suppose these two columns data I want to multiply in my product column. I want the answer. What do? We go to equal to this column, multiply by this column. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
Right. Now, when you go to the next column, next cell to get the answer, do you again go for applying the formula like this? We go for that.
No.
What do? We go to the first formula, we drag it down, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, when you drag it down, what happens? On the drag, the input cells also moving, column one cell down, column two, one cell down. Can you see that?
Yeah. Correct.
Right. Why it is happening? Because this is the default nature of Excel. When you copy the formula down, cells will be moving down. So when you go to the last cell, automatically it is picking the value from the concerned cells, correct?
Okay.
So this is the default nature of Excel. I believe that is clear.
This is clear. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, just close look on this. In column one, I have got all the places identical value. So instead of taking the same value repeatedly, putting it across and making my column heavy or making the file size heavy, I decided that I should retain only one cell as 10 value, rest of cells I will delete. Now, when I delete it, my entire formula is in trouble now. Can you see that?
Yeah. It is.
Now, why it is in trouble? Because the input cells are missing the values.
Right.
But we need the answer, how to get it. So instead of doing the formula in this way, what we can do, we can go for equal to taking the first input from the column one. But when I copy this formula towards down, this cell should not move down. Do you agree?
Yeah. I agreed. Yeah. No,
So
it's
for
clear.
that reason, we should lock it because
Yeah.
we do not have any data. Now, multiply. Coming to column two, this one we should not lock. Why? Because after 6, the value when I go down, it should pick the data from 3, then from 8,
Right.
from 6. That's why I will keep it open. And formula is ready only for a cell, need to apply for rest. What is the shortcut? Control, enter. So now,
Enter. Okay.
even though I'm in the first cell or I'm in the last cell, it always picks the value what we have defined.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
So
clear.
this is your locking. Now it
Absolutely.
is clear concept.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank
Right.
you so much.
No,
Thank you.
no problem. No problem. All right. So now,
Prabha,
yeah, yeah,
in this
yeah.
example, right? If my
Uh-huh.
weekends are not fixed, suppose it is on Tuesday and Thursday, right?
Uh-huh.
Then how this formula will work? Because I can
No,
see it is having consecutive when it is having weekends together, or say single date is working fine. But what if
right.
my weekends are different?
If you have different, then you have to do it multiple times, depending upon the monthly basis, your rooster is changing, or
Mhm.
quarterly basis, your rooster is changing. Depending upon that, you have to do that calculations because here it works only if you have a standalone weekend or the weekend parameters, whatever you have in this section, if it is matching with that, then only you can work. So to
Okay.
answer your question precisely, you have to do it manually. Or you can say, you can ask me a question. To us, I have got some other alternatives like our government holidays, alternate Saturdays, they don't work. I mean, two
Mhm.
Saturdays, they don't work. If that is the case, then you can't use this formula blindly. What you can do, you have to first maintain a list of dates, and whichever it is falling in second and fourth Saturday, those dates you have to include in your holiday list, then only
Okay.
it will work.
Got it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Welcome. So this is how people we have understood one date related challenges, how to solve that equation or problem by using the formula network days international. Can I take that? It is clear for all.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Actually, as I am having the version 2013, actually this command is not coming, I think, for me.
No,
It's
2013, you might be having 2007.
I think, yeah, yeah.
You can share your screen. Let me confirm that what is the version you have.
Network days only coming, that dot internet.
Then you have 2007. It is the
Okay.
oldest version. So
I
I would
have the.
suggest you have to upgrade your system. Otherwise,
Mhm.
60% features would be missing.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
All right. So now let's go for another set, one example about the date, what is the problem we face and how to fix those cases or what kind of solution we have ready-made in our Excel. Let's go and discuss. Take a look. Suppose say I have furnished some AMCs, annual maintenance contracts, okay, for my assets and the duration or warranty period I have fixed over here. I need to find out when this is going to be expired. So take a first case. If you look at 11 December 2021 is my AMC date for HP printer, and I'm going for 16 months of warranty. So when this contract is going to be expired, we need to find it out. And what is the purpose of doing that? So that we can take a call to renew the contract, to stop the service, to change the vendor if it is not giving the quality service, something, whatever it is, I need to take a call on that. But date of expiry is very, very essential. And one more thing, always keep in your mind when there is a date calculations to be done, we have to be pretty accurate, or we cannot just go for taking 1 or 2 days of difference. We cannot take the approximate date over here. We have to be pinpoint accurate even for a single day. But how to compute that with 100% accuracy? So here our experts, they will tell you different types of answers. I'll tell you a very simple way. Even though you have 10,000 cases, you don't need to struggle. We have got the ready-made options. Just watch my screen. I'll select my entire range. There is a ready-made Excel formula naming called eDate. E stands for electronic date. And then it asks me start date. We do have yes, comma. Then it asks me months. So that things also we do have months over here. Now bracket close. Formula is ready only for a cell. Need to apply for rest. Shortcut. Control enter. We are getting the answer, no doubt. But this answer in a different format. What is this format? This format is called as a general format of our cell. What is that? General format. But what we are expecting? We are expecting the date format. So remember, any point of time to express any format to date format, then you should select everything and on your keypad you see a numerical 3 button containing the hash kind of symbol. So Control Shift and 3. I repeat, Control Shift and 3 will be helping you to convert any format to date format. Got it? Yes. Give it a try. All right. So I believe now date of expiry calculations, though you're working with your contracts, agreements, bank guarantees, or investment related documents or insurance claims, anything you are maintaining in Excel, you can make use of this formula, and this will be very, very helpful to create a something kind of Excel tracker at any point of time. You can make use of this. Now, date of expiry, though we have calculated, but our job is not done yet. There is one more risk over here we need to assess. What is that? 11th April 2023. Is it going to fall in a weekday or weekend? That also it is our duty to find out. So now the question is how to extract a day from a date. So what you can do, we have a ready-made Excel formula, people, naming called text. So when you go for text formula, this demands me the value. Yes, we do have the value, comma. Then it is asking me format text. So what kind of format we follow in Excel while working with our date? One, DD MMYY. Second, MMDDYY. So these are the two recognized formats across the globe people working. No problem. Now, DDMMYY or MMDDYY. What is the role of D? Stands for day. M stands for month. Y stands for year. These are already predefined by Microsoft Excel. So our focus is to focus only in this day. So what you can do within two double inverted quotes, D four times. Now, why D four times? To get the complete name of the day, like Sunday, Sunday. If you go for 3D, what is going to happen? Only first three characters, SUNMON, like that it will show. Is it case sensitive? No, Excel formulas are not case sensitive. You can write caps on or you can go for small letter as well. It is going to give you the result. Now bracket close, control enter and see the muting. As we are looking for the date, we got the answer. So this is how people, whenever you have such kind of state, you can always go for this kind of formula called text. So this formula will be helping you basically to generate your data, because most of the time we'll download your data from SAP or ERP. You might be having a simple date column, but if you want to know for your reference or understanding purpose, you need to keep generating those columns. And for that, this formula is going to help you a lot. Check it out. Is it working? So if you're done with day, let's go for finding a hands-on practice for month and year as well. So for a month, you can do same text only, comma, within two double inverted quotes, M4 times, and you get your result. For a year, you can do the same, but that is lengthy. Text formula is lengthy. So don't go for year purpose text formula. Go for simple ready-made year formula in Excel, and job will be very simple. So this is how, if you know the formula and functions, then you can make your job easy while working in Excel. Hope it is working. Any doubt, any queries in our business maths, whatever we discussed? Fine. All right, friends. So over here, we have done with so many formulas, functions over here. Okay. So save all your files. We'll go for a short break. We'll come back and we'll continue from our next sheet called data presentation. So in my system, it is 420.430. Again, we are going to catch up. So have a brisk cup of coffee or tea and come back soon. We'll discuss. Okay. So I'll be mute. I'll be back by 4:30. All right, so I believe everybody's back. I got three confirmation from Jagdish, Sumit, and Ayushman. How about others? All right. So here, now the next sheet we are talking about called data presentation. So as we all aware of that, in today's world, mere having the data alone is not enough. We have to do a lot of exercise in the data, isn't it? Sometimes we need to do analyze the data. We have to visualize our data. We need to do the data mining. We need to do data crunching. And sometimes we need to present our data in a visual story formats. So there are a lot of things we need to do, correct? So we have our data if you look at, so complete 1 year data of revenue data we have. Okay. Now the question is, what else we can do to make this data presentation more informative? Or what column we can add it in there so that our presentation will go to the next level, and what else we can add it so that people will be happy watching our presentation. We are going to discuss that. So there are a lot of things in this data we can do, but what is the minimum requirement in the data? If you look at, the data doesn't have the total. All right. So how to get a total first? Simple. You can keep your cursor in the total cell and go for on your keypad Alt with equal to. So Alt equal to, when you press together, that will help you to get an immediate sum function over there. And the moment you hit enter, can you see we got the answer of 33,715? Check it out. All of you are getting the same. Alt equal to, that is there in our keyboard shortcut list also. But just do one time practice in the training. Is it working? Kindly confirm. All right. So I believe now everyone is clear with the alt equal to. Fine. Now this total, whatever we have created people, maybe in billions, millions, lakhs, crores, whatever we are presenting, my immediate boss would be happy watching the same, isn't it? But the data when I'm presenting to the management level, do you think that they're really interested seeing my data billions, millions, lakhs, and crores? No. They would like to see the data, but that should be in terms of percentage. So now the next requirement in our data is how to present our data, this revenue column, in terms of percentage to our management people. We are going to discuss that. So let's go and create a column. Now, once the column is ready, watch my screen for a minute, people. Revenue percentage. What should be the formula? Just see. This data, whatever I have taken, I should go for taking the data from Jan. Just watch my screen, don't work parallelly. I'll go for division with our total revenue. Do you agree with me? Basic mathematics to represent our revenue percentage. Are you agree with that? Yes. Now, just watch my screen. When I copy this formula towards down, only revenue cells should move down, not the total revenue, right? So what we should do? We should lock it. And how to lock it? By using F4. Now, the moment I hit enter, I'm getting my answer in terms of decimal. But we are expecting the answer to be in percentage. See, any point of time to convert any format to percentage. Can you see one numerical 5 button contains already a percentage sign? So you need to just combine Control, Shift, and 5 this together to convert any format to percentage format. Now, formula is ready. Answer we received only for a case, but we need to apply for others. Double click on that fill handle or drag button. And we got this ready. Now we need to get a total, alt equal to. Did I receive 100%? Yes. So we are in the right track. So this is how people, we got another column ready, naming called revenue percentage. Please apply and confirm, working fine. Any doubt, please feel free to ask. Right. Now, what else we can do with regard to this data? Take a look. We can compare our data on month and month, like Jan to Feb, Feb to March, March to April, how the status is. So to call that command over here, we need to create a column naming called growth. So let us go and create a new column naming called growth. All right. Now, what would be the formula for growth column calculation? Just watch my screen. See, since we are following the calendar year, Jan to December, do we have anything before Jan to compare with? No. So since there is no details before Jan, so ideally growth for the month of Jan is nil or zero. But we don't need to go and write zero over there. This is a self-implied. People don't understand that. But the moment you go to Feb, what would be the formula? Basic mathematics equal to Feb month revenue minus Jan month revenue. Simple formula. Formula is ready. Only for a cell, need to apply for rest. Double click on the fill handle. So we got another column ready, naming called growth. So try this and confirm. So growth column, is it clear? I got two confirmation. How about others? All right. Now growth in terms of value, maybe billions, millions, lakhs, crores, maybe my immediate boss would be happy watching the same. But the data, when it goes to the management level, they are expecting the growth to be in percentage. So let's go and create another column naming called growth percentage. Now, what would be the formula for growth percentage calculation that we are going to discuss? So watch my screen for a minute. Try to understand what we are going to do. As we discussed, growth is nil for the month of Jan. Similarly, growth percentage also by default nil, right? But the moment when you go to month of Feb, what would be the formula? See, I will take the value of growth in the month of Feb should be divided by the base month. So for Feb, which is the base? Base is January. Simple. Now the moment I hit enter, I got the answer in terms of decimals. But we are expecting the answer in terms of percentage. And as I told you, to convert any format to percentage, Control Shift 5. Now the same we need to apply for others. Double click on the fill handle. And this is how we got our growth percentage ready. Give it a try. Any difficulties anybody is having? Okay. So growth percentage. I believe now it's clear. Okay, it will also to the control will work here. Yeah, control won't enter while not work, but before that, first you have to select all. So you should have gone and selected the entire range, then you should have calculated the formula. So here control enter will work, but not necessary because we have got n number of calculations to be done. So better just create one and go for double click on the fill handle and it will be working fine for you. All right. Now, what else we can do with regard to this data to make it more informative? Say, take an example. Suppose say I have started my business from the month of Jan. Now somebody asked me at the end of Jan month, Pravas, how much business you made? I would say 3,693 US dollar. Same thing I need to answer after completing my month of Feb. What will be my answer? Whatever my Jan month I have calculated, that I will add with the Feb month and I will state the answer. Similarly, when you complete March, Jan plus Feb plus March. When you complete April, Jan plus Feb plus March plus April. You have to state like this. What do you call this? We call it as a cumulative value or accumulation of the data. But technically, in Excel language, we call it as a running total. What do you call? Running total. So now the question is how to present our running total in this data. So the moment you go for presenting running total people and you are using the corporate reports, then you must use the proper corporate jargons. And what is that? YTD, year to till date. Since the year beginning, at any point of time you want to see the records, you can focus on this column YTD. Now, create that YTD column. Now, what would be the formula for YTD calculation we have to discuss? Take a look. YTD calculations, if I go for it over here, since my Jan month is the first month of the year, whatever my Jan month revenue, can I take the same as it is in my YTD column? Do you agree with me? So let's go for that. Equal to taking YTD from the Jan month revenue, right? So I got my cost value ready. Now coming to FAVE, what should be the formula for FAVE calculation? Just watch my screen. The moment I want to go for FAVE, I should take the formula. That is one cell above 3963 from Jan plus I should go for over here FAVE. Okay. Now, the moment I hit enter, you will be finding your things are ready over here. Now the same we need to apply for others. Double click on the fill handle and you will be getting the answer. But how to confirm that we are in the right track? Take a look. The moment you reach to the December month YTD, is it matching with your revenue column total cell? Yes. So we are in the right track. So this is how you can have a self check or self confirmation, people, whether we are doing right or we are doing something wrong. So give it a try and confirm. Your YTD column is ready. So YTD in terms of value, maybe billions, millions, lakhs, crores, my immediate boss would be happy watching the same. But the data, when it goes to the management level, they're expecting the YTD in terms of percentage. So let's go and create another column naming YTD percentage. Now, what would be the formula for YTD percentage calculation? Let's go and discuss. So here, it's very simple. Simply, you have to select the entire range and go for Control R, fill right. So in the left side, whatever the formula is there, now it is going to fill towards right. So you'll be finding the answer turns up in decimals, but we are expecting in terms of percentage. We know how to do that. Control, Shift, and 5. So data has been converted into percentage, but how to confirm we are in the right track? As I told you, when you go to your December month YTD percentage, is it matching with your revenue percentage column total? Yes, we are in the right track. So this is our people. We got another column ready, naming called YTD percentage. Check it out. Your YTD percentage is working. If anybody is not getting the answer, need my support, feel free to ask because this is very, very essential. People, irrespective of any department you are working with. Since we are not presenting all this data, somebody else is presenting and taking the credit. So from your side, if you start presenting, then definitely the quality of information is there. The report goes to the next level and people will be happy watching more on that. All right, so I got a confirmation from Aishman. How about this? Fine. Now, once we have done with this, no doubt the data is now quite informative, but the presentation part is still not done. So first thing first, whenever you have multiple columns like these people, keeping your cursor anywhere in the data, go for Control A. So Control A will be helping you to select your entire data. If you have multiple data sets, so it will be select your current data set. So now always give a feel of a table by applying the borders. And how to apply borders? Simply just press one by one on my call. Alt, remove your finger. H for home, remove your finger. B for border, remove your finger. A for all border, and your data is in table format. So what's the keyboard shortcut? One by one after selecting the data, Alt, H, B, A. One by one, this is just to all borders. It's up to you. I'm not forcing you to go for keyboard shortcuts. You can go to home, border, and all border. If you like doing that, you can do it also. No problem. But formatting something you will be doing 100 times in a day. So it's better to train yourself with the keyboard shortcuts. At least you can save some time for yourself. Fine. Now, remember one thing, the latest style, what it says, when you have multiple columns, first column should be always aligned to the left and rest of the columns should be aligned to the center. So leaving your first column, kindly select the rest. And to make it center, you must go for, again, Alt, H for home, A for alignment, C for center. So what's the key combination? Alt, H, A, C. So these things again, you can do it manually, going to home, alignment, and within that center. The choice is yours, but keyboard shortcuts will be helping you in saving the time. Hope these keyboard shortcuts are working. Any difficulties, any doubt, any queries from anybody? All right. Now, little bit beautifications. Because nowadays people also focus how do you present your data. So mere data alone is not enough. As I said to you earlier, what you can do, see, to beautify our data, ideally we prefer to go to home tab and we go for this kind of fill color and font color. This is the max we use. Those are outdated fashions. Nowadays people doesn't like such kind of colors because it is not such a lucrative look it is giving it. So what you can do, I'll tell you. Just see, watch my screen for a minute. I have selected my whole data. I'll go to home. I'll go to my cell styles. One option is there. There are many more styles over here. I'll go to the bottom, extreme bottom. And the last row, whatever the style, some high definition, colorful options are there. You can see, I can take that. And similarly, the first row again, I'll select, going to home, cell styles, and I'll take one color. So this is how the moment I present it, I'm not making too much of loud with the colors, but yet the data is presentable, looking fine, and people would be happy watching the same. So just imagine we had only two columns of data, but this much of task is pending. So this is how people, whenever there is a need, how to make your data more informative. So how to take this kind of calculations or statistical calculations over there to make your data presentable. We have seen that. Any doubt, any queries, you can ask me.
Uh, Ravaji, I couldn't find the option in my.
Mhm.
Oh, it was in home, right?
Yeah, in the home, after you might be having conditional formatting, format as table, cell styles, three different options.
Okay. Yeah, it is there. Condition.
Yeah, cell styles and navigate in the last row from the same cell styles.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. So this is how we have completed our first half of our data presentation. That is how to make our data informative. Any questions from anybody? Now, since we have done the presentation in Excel, see the beauty where people will be demanding. Mostly people prefer to see the data in PowerPoint. So definitely they will demand, why don't you bring it to PowerPoint? So since we have made this thing better in Excel, hardly we need to struggle in PowerPoint. Now, when you go for PowerPoint, I don't need to do much of stuffs over here. I can simply go for right click, paste as an image. And I can diagonally go for increasing the height and width over here. And the moment I'm trying to present it over there, will be giving a neat and clean look, right? So this is how, whenever there's a need people, how to present our data in Excel, and if necessary, without any hassle, how to bring the data in PowerPoint. We got the basic understanding. Now, once it is ready, let us go for the other half. How to make our data presentable. So now we'll be focusing entirely on the presentation part. Earlier we had seen how to make it more informative. Okay. So for making it presentable, what you can do, simply keeping your cursor anywhere in the data, go for Control A. The whole data will be selected. Ensure that you are converting your data into table by hitting simply a keyboard shortcut, Control T, T for Tango. So when I go for Control T, T for Tango, T for table, it will take you to a dialog box, something like this. And then click OK. You will be finding over there your data is now converted into table, alternate rows are highlighted, filter button is activated. Okay, so all these things option as you can see, it is activated. Now, this is taking a default color combinations, whatever the system you have. If you're not happy with the same, you want to change something of your own, you can go to home, and again, there also we have called format as table. And then you can take your own style if you want to change. All right. Now suppose I like this, I can take that. Looks good, elegant, filter buttons are activated, column headers are defined with a proper background fill of colors, everything is fine. Now my boss is quite happy watching that. And he's appreciating my work also. We know one thing, when boss is happy and appreciating your work, what happens next? Yes, you all are working with corporate, probably one or two. They are not now, they might be.
More work.
Yes. So forget about your promotion, increment, or elevations to the next level. Nowadays, that is myth in the corporate world. Only thing is the expectation level goes high and workload increases. So the same thing suppose happened with me. My boss is saying, Prabhas, you have given me the revenue data. That's fine, looks cool. But I want to know, to generate this much of revenue, how much incentives we have given. So now my boss is expecting I should provide one more data called incentive. Now incentive, when I go and hit enter, can you see similar formatting is being carried forward to the next column? So we don't need to worry about that formatting over there. So Excel has the default ability to carry forward the format. So we can save our time. What do you say? Yes or no? Right. Now, once we have done with this over here, suppose say for incentive calculation, I will take a simple logic. Suppose my organization has a global policy, uniform policy that whoever the salesman, whatever the revenues they generate or invoice they make the booking over there, everyone is entitled for 2% incentive. Suppose this is a global policy, then how to get that? Simple, keeping your cursor in the incentive column equal to taking the data from left. So when you take the data from left, you'll take its default formatting, like over here. Then this is a format comes by default with table. You don't need to go and temporarily type also for anything. Just simply go for taking the cell help and then multiply exactly with how many percentage as we discussed 2%. And the moment I hit enter, did I receive my data? Yes. So can you imagine? It is not only applying to a cell, but also the entire column. So I no need to go and copy paste the formula, drag the formula, double click on the fill handle, control enter, nothing is required. See how much time it is saving for us, right? So any difficulties in incentive calculations from anybody?
Prabhakar, if we click equal to and we select the cell, and if we multiply by 2% and drag it down, uh, and now it will take the same, right? 2% itself, it will calculate all the cells.
Yeah, because it is 2% only. Everywhere it is 2%. You can go and open and check also the cells. It's 2% only.
Yeah, like without applying, if we directly equal to and cell into 2% like that.
Yeah,
We did the same.
yes.
At the rate sign is there, okay.
No, at the rate sign, comes by default. We no need to go and type. That is what I told you. When you go for equal to taking the cell help, it automatically takes this section. You don't need to go and manually type that.
Okay.
So that's what
Professor,
the beauty. Yeah.
sorry, we were answering the question of the previous candidate. I just spoke over
Yeah.
you. Sorry.
See,
Uh,
this is what default table format only. We are not going to type. What is the meaning? Like you are getting this at the rate symbol and square brackets, column header name. It is a simple message. Like at the rate sign, it is applying, making it more specific. Though you have taken the column header, but in that column header, whatever the individual cells, it is going to be applied with the formula. Now that is the reason why when you go and hit enter, it is not only going to apply the output only for a cell, but also the entire column because the formula itself is taking the entire column. Can you see that? Right? Yes.
Professor, I'm getting an error when I type it in. I mean,
Here you can share your screen. Let me see. Is it that problem?
it's showing an intact error. I mean, I'm typing in at the rate. So is it would Excel automatically take it, or if you can just if you're okay with just typing it one more time so that I might have missed it.
No, you can share the screen. That's what I'm saying. Where you're committing mistake, I can rectify that. Or any other person they have missed out, they also can rectify simultaneously.
Yeah, okay. I'll just share my screen. Just a moment.
Prabhakar, for the table, what is the shortcut we used initially?
Control T, T for Tango, Control T.
Yeah, okay, got it.
Let me know if you can see.
Yeah, you can see that. Go to Excel.
Can you see the Excel now?
Right.
Can you see the Excel?
Yeah, I can see that. You come down, come down. Don't apply there. Come down because that is not in table format. So come down. We are working in the second half of the data. Yes. Select your data.
Okay.
Control A.
Complete
No,
data
no.
or
Yes. Keeping the cursor. Control A. Control T, T for Tango. Click OK. Then you go for incentive calculation in the next column and hit enter. The same formatting will be carried forward. Then
Correct.
go for formula equal to taking the data from left.
I just drag everything or
No,
just
no, no,
one?
no, no, no. Taking the data from left means left cell. So automatically this formatting comes. Then
Okay.
multiply. Then multiply with 2% and hit enter.
Okay, clear. There was a glitch in my internet connection, so I thought I was working on the table above. Thanks, works,
No problem.
helps. Thanks.
No problem. Yeah. All right. So because of table format, people, how we are getting our formatting applied to the next level and how we are saving our time and how your speed is also increasing, you can notice that. And going forward, when you go for the next level of data analytical tool like Power BI and all, or Power Pivot or Power Query or Power Automate, wherever you are going to learn, the minimum requirement is the data must be formatted as a table. Okay. So whatever you are learning from this Excel also, that will be acting like a prerequisite for your Power BI class. So keep it in your mind. All right. So now incentive is ready. Perfect. Let's go for next column saying that net revenue. Now the question is, what would be the formula for our net revenue calculation? Okay. So here, when you want to go for net revenue, simple basic mathematics, revenue minus incentive. So we can go for equal to revenue column minus incentive column. Simple. And the moment I hit enter, you will be finding your entire net revenue column is ready with your answer. So this is how people, because of table format, how we could express our data easily, quickly, and save our TAT and having the formatting over here ready-made applied, we have seen. Kindly confirm all of you are ready with your net revenue column data. Any doubt, any queries, feel free to ask.
Because I think I've um, in the incentive for me, it's I can share my screen.
Yeah, yeah.
Let me know if you can see.
Yeah, able to see now.
So I applied the same formula, but I might have done something wrong with my math.
Mhm. Just go for it. Equal to, just type, do it fresh again one more time. Equal to, no, no, don't edit. Just delete that cell.
Okay.
No, don't do editing like this. Don't do it. Just delete. Press the delete button.
Okay.
Go for incentive first. Equal to, taking the value
This
from left. Yes, multiply 2%.
2%, and I press
Enter.
enter now.
Yes. Yeah. It is coming up in percentage value because data has been converted into percentage. So you have to make it general. So select everything. Select everything. Yeah. Now, can you see in your home tab in the center, in number category, it shows percentage. Can you see in the home tab? Coming to the center, go up towards your right, towards your right, in the center. Yes, perfect, perfect. Go up. Can you see in that box it is showing percentage already?
Okay.
Make it general. Just select general.
Okay. Brilliant. Okay.
Right. Now it will be coming up in incentive properly.
Yeah.
So go
Okay.
to
Thanks.
now net revenue. Yeah, net revenue. Go for the formula equal to taking the
This,
revenue minus incentive.
this.
Yes, enter. Now it is also
still
coming percentage. You have to check this.
okay. Fine. Thanks.
Yeah,
Thanks.
no problem. So this is how people we have understood. I'm taking the control back on the screen. So how to make use of this table format and how it is playing a great role in terms of our data navigation or data entry, whatever you do, it is taking care of all the formatting and saving our time. We have seen that. Now, once it is ready to complete our data presentation, just see our data still not have the total. But technically, to have the total, we do it manually, but it is not necessary anymore. Just see how. Keeping your cursor anywhere in the table, if you look at on your ribbon tab, extreme right, can you see the last tab naming called table design is activated? It again depends upon the version of Microsoft Excel. This option will be activated only if you are there in 2010 and above versions of Microsoft Excel. Though you have got Excel 2007, like Swagatika, she's having 2007, so she will not be having all these options. So this is the reason why I told you if you have the upgraded versions, your job will be very easy. Now here, in table design, if you look at, there is a total row, you could see the checkbox is missing from the selection. You can select that. Then immediately in the bottom side, you see over here, the total will be coming up and it is showing the total only of net revenue. What if I want the total of revenue column? Yes, you can. Keeping your cursor in the revenue column total cell, if you see, there will be a drop down box will be turning up. So when you go to the drop down, you'll be finding a list of formulas. Ideally, for making a total, we prefer to go for some function and your total is ready. See, everything is there. Only thing is we need to customize according to the need. So that's what the beauty of table format. No, it will be there, Jagdish, naming called design or options will be there. But it will be there. You keep your cursor in the table, then only it will be activated. If it is still not available, you can share your screen. I can guide you.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Cursor I can.
So yeah, within that total row, one checkbox will be there. Follow up, we're getting the same, people? Any doubt, any queries from anybody?
The second Paraji, how it was selected? Uh,
You have to go to the
Cursor, yeah,
total,
this one.
yeah, then the
Mm.
drop down and then sum. Fine. So table design, how to activate and get these results over here. We have got the basic understanding. And now the next step is, as I told you, in a table, when you have multiple columns, you can do one thing, keep your cursor in one of the column header and go for Control A. Entire table would be selected. Now you can ask me a question, Pravas, is it really mandatory to keep the cursor in the column headers and then Control A? Yes. The reason is, I'll tell you, just watch my screen. If I keep my cursor anywhere in the table, in the body and Control A, then the top row and bottom row is missing from the selection. You will feel that my table is selected, but technically your table is missing with the selection from top and bottom row. So to avoid such kind of confusion, better keep your cursor in the table header, column headers, and go for Control A. The whole column data would be selected. Now, as I told you, always give a feel of a table by applying the borders. And what is the shortcut to apply the borders we discussed over here? I told you the keyboard shortcut Alt H B A, right? So when I go for this one by one, Alt H for home, B for border, A for all border. So you could notice that automatically borders are applied. Well, when you have multiple columns, I told you first column, the latest style says first column should be aligned to the left. The rest of the column should be aligned to the center. And what is the keyboard shortcut? I told you there, Alt H A C. That is for aligning to the center. Okay. So Alt HBA for border application, Alt HAC for central alignment. Now, though we made it, you could notice our column headers, whatever the data like incentive is not properly displayed, net revenue, N is not displayed properly, revenue partial, the data is missing. So all these problems we always encounter when you go for copying one Excel file data to a different Excel file. You also would have noticed there the data comes with a hash kind of symbols. And what we do, we take our mouse pointer exactly to the column header and we manually keep expanding, double click on the column header, all these things we do. So that is really painful. What you can do, I'll tell you, whenever you do the copy paste work and if you come across this kind of scenarios, just go for a simple keyboard shortcut. What is that? Alt O for format, C for column, A for autofit. What is that? Alt O C A. So Alt O for format, C for column, A for autofit. So autofit of column width. You can always go for this. This is one. Else you can go to Home tab and going to over here format. There we have the ready-made option auto fit column bit. This is manually also you can do. The choice is yours, but always make sure you are using all these options so that you can save your time. So automatically the columns will be expanded depending upon the maximum number of characters you have in your cell. It will be expanded to that level. Right? So this is how people we have understood how to make use of our table format over there and what is the minimum formatting techniques we need to apply, how to make our data informative, all this, and along with that some keyboard shortcuts to navigate from our invoke the commands from the ribbon tabs. We have seen that. Any difficulties, anybody, or any questions? So these things you have to keep practicing. As I told you in the beginning, overnight, it's not possible. But trust me, when you start using it, you will love it like anything and you will start hating mouse. So can I take that? This is clear, whatever we have done so far? Yes, no?
Paresh, I was just doing for all borders.
Uh-huh. Not
So I'll
happening?
just show the screen.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll just show the screen. Screen can be seen.
It's getting loaded. Not yet. So you have, now it's loaded. Yes. Tell me.
I'm just doing here, use the cursor, Alt.
No, 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 no. I told you first to select your data. Keep your cursor in one of the header, one of the column header.
Okay. Control A, sorry, Alt A.
No, no, Control A to select first. Keeping your cursor in one of the column header because there is a
I
lagging
did
of
it.
the screen, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
top. Okay, that's fine. Now you start using going one by one. First you hit Alt. So when you press Alt
Yeah.
button, you can notice on your ribbon key, whatever the predefined keys assigned to your ribbon, that will be listed. For home, what is the key assigned?
H, right?
So go and press just H. Remove your finger from Alt, go and press H. So now you'll be
Okay.
navigating to your home tab. In the home tab for
Hmm.
format, towards your right, format is there. Format, which key is assigned? Towards your right, like you have insert,
Format is
delete.
T,
No, no, no,
T.
no. No, format is O. You have the
Oh, right.
format.
Yeah, yeah.
So you
Oh,
press O now. Now you have navigated to your format option. Within that, auto fit column width, which key is assigned? Auto fit column width.
column width is W, right?
No, I. Auto fit column
Okay, out
width.
of it. Okay. Hmm.
It's the I. So when you press I,
Okay.
automatically it will be expanded along with your data set. You could say, just press I. And can you see
Yeah,
now?
pressed.
The table column.
Yeah.
So this is called auto fit of column width. So I told you the older version of Microsoft Excel, Alt OCA. So you can go for Alt HOI otherwise, whichever it is comfortable for you.
Oh, no. Thank you.
Most welcome. All right, so I believe now we all are clear with our data presentation sheet, people. Now, the most important part again, coming back to our presentation. In Excel, when you are presenting your data, each and every data is recognized by their data types and the presentation tips. So suppose say if you have the date, it should be in date format. If you have a number, it should be in number format. If you have a time, it should be in time format. If you have a percentage data, it should be in percentage format. Similarly, we have our numbers. Kindly select only the numbers. Now, whenever we are having the data in number, it should be in proper number format. Now, what is the number format meaning? Like uniformly, each and every cell should contain one decimal. Post decimal, maximum two characters. And before decimal, there should be a comma or thousand or million or billion separator must be there. To have all these things together, what you can do, just see. In our keypad, the numerical one is containing one exclamatory mark, right? So what you need to do, Control, Shift, and 1 to convert any format to number format. I repeat, Control, Shift, and 1 when you press together, it will help you to convert any format to number format. So if you see, with immediate effect, you will be getting your answer over here in a proper number format. See, simple keyboard shortcuts, how it is helping you over there, you can notice over here. So that's what the beauty people over here, how to present our data effectively, having more information, how to make our data presentable over there by converting the data into table. We have witnessed that. Fine. Now let us go for our next sheet, people, naming called date calculation. So we're going to discuss a beautiful formula of Microsoft Excel, and trust me, this is going to save a lot of time of yours. So let me take you through first what we have with us. Say, take an example. These are the employee codes I have. Consider these are people who are working in my department. My management has given me a task stating that because we are sending the date of joining of those employees who are working with you, please find out their experience as on date in the format of years, months, and days and submit that report. I repeat, employee ID codes are there, date of joining has been received. I need to find out experience as on date. So since the date of joining till today, what is their experience in terms of years, months, and days, we need to present it. All right, over here. So how to do that? So if that is the case, what is the first thing it comes to your mind? Anybody? Yeah. Though it is wrong, no issues. What is the first thing it comes to your mind?
Yeah, obviously date of joining.
Date of joining is there.
And till date, like
Hmm. Okay. I'm glad that you are engrossed with the topic, but if you, I mean, I were in your case, my first question would be there. Whose job it is? Calculating experience and all. Technically, which department takes care about this in the
HR.
corporate? HR. So I am from finance, I am from production, I am from planning. Why I'm asked to do this job? In the induction process, never it has been informed to me that sometimes if there is a need, you have to do the HR work. Is it been stated in the induction
No,
process? Or nowhere it is stated like in your
no.
appointment letter? Then why you are asked to do this job? But this is asked by the management. We cannot go and just ask a counter question over there, right? So if this is the demand or need, we need to present our information. But let's go and discuss something. When a dedicated team is there, a department is there exclusively working for such kind of calculation, why management is seeking such kind of job from us? Well, though HR department they have done their report or calculations, management wants to ensure that collecting the information from each and every department, finally consolidating the same and reconciling the same with the HR report. If at all anything is missing, or if at all any other employee's experience is left out by mistake, that will never be happen. But still, they want to ensure that before taking a call upon the same. So now we have to be pretty accurate while presenting this information. But how to do that? Here again, our experts, they will tell you different logics and they will give you the solution. But if you ask them, emphasizing upon the same, you will ask them, are you clear? Are you confident what you are saying? Then they will keep quiet. They will say, you asked my help, I did it, but you have to randomly take one or two case and check. I'm not sure about it. So what's the point? The person who is the author or designer of the formula, he himself is not confident, then how I can rely upon his solution? So then what is the job left with me? How to do this, Prabhas? Well, I'll tell you, there is only one way out, people, to do this job is by taking a formula, a hidden formula of Microsoft Excel. And what is that hidden formula about? I'll tell you, the name is called date diff. So formula name is date diff. It's a hidden formula of Microsoft Excel. Since 1985 till today, like your 365 or 2024 version of Microsoft Excel, this formula is hidden. So now the question is how to use this. And to prove that it's a hidden formula, I'll show you something. Just see. Since afternoon, whatever the formulas we have been using so far, you would have noticed when I go and type something, it gives me some kind of helping hand, some kind of instructions, isn't it? So this is what the default options of Microsoft Excel. But whereas I go for daily formula, do you see any kind of help command or instructions or syntax or arguments? No, because this formula is hidden. But trust me, there is a formula. And since the formula is hidden, instructions are not visible, we have to work together. So let's start working with me. First, keep your cursor over here just below to the year, okay? And type equal to date diff. Make sure you are typing your spelling properly because the formula is hidden. DATEDIF. Now, how to start with? Any date formula, remember it always start with a start date. So in our case, start date is date of joining, which is there in the left. Yes. Comma. What is the next one? If you remember, whenever you are computing the difference between two setup of dates like network days international, like start date, end date of the work was there. So similarly, in our case, date of joining we have taken, we are calculating the difference starting from the date till today. So as on today, we are going to compute the experience. So for today's date, we don't need to have or maintain a separate column for today's date. We can go for directly in our Excel. There is a ready-made formula called today. So this is a formula today, open bracket and close bracket. What it does, it takes the data from my bottom right corner and whatever the date is there today, it is going to be populated in the formula. So this is called today formula. So end date is understood, called today. Now comma. What is the third input? We are expressing the answer in terms of year. So our third input has to represent our year. How to represent our year? Let's do one thing. Take a blank cell above to the year text. For the timing, just take as it is. Now bracket close. So these are the three elements we should take in our date diff formula. One, start date. Second, end date. And third one, your data type or Excel operator, you should take it. Now, the moment I hit enter, I am getting some error. All will be getting error, don't worry. Reason, out of three inputs, third input is still defined to a blank cell. Now just recall, as we discussed, how the date format is there in Excel. Anybody quickly? What type of date format do we express or use in Excel?
It's DDMMYYY.
Else,
MMDDYY.
DDYY. We understood. And what is D stands for?
Date.
Day. M stands for?
Month.
Y stands for?
Year.
So that is what? To represent our year, go to that blank cell and just type only Y. And the moment you hit enter, can you see? You will be getting your answer. So this is how people, though deaddiff is a hidden formula, we got the answer over here. How to write it, we got the clarity. How to write the syntax, we got the understanding. Is it working? Right. That's a good question, Naishma. See, deaddiff, what happened, the moment deaddiff has come, it is not developed by Microsoft. It has been developed by some third party. But since the usage is quite popular, Microsoft tried to integrate the same by owning that formula from the user and they tried to integrate with the existing formulas of Microsoft Excel. But problem is that they created a lot of trouble. And that's why just for one formula purpose, entire coding has to be revamped. Microsoft thought it should kept in the hidden state so that other formulas logic should not be in DOS. That's why that formula is kept hidden since the beginning and it is still there. And why they have not taken the steps, I am not clear also because I have also asked so many times in the Microsoft forums, but I did not get any reply. So this is the reason. But those who are having the logics clear, they can make use of that. And this will be very, very helpful whenever you want to compute the difference between two setup of dates, or you want to compute the span of between two different dates, or you want to do some kind of aging, such kind of places, you can make use of that. So did diff, though it is a hidden one, how to use it? Hope you got the clarity. Any difficulties, anybody? Or any question before proceeding further? D5. Yeah, I mean, that we have to do. But before proceeding further and doing the job, let's do a hands-on practice because this is a hidden formula. Let's go and find out the result for month also. So for month, you can use M. For day, you can use D. And then don't drag the formula. Don't copy paste the formula. Do it again. Freshly just type equal to so that you will be clear. So taking the start date, comma, today as a end date, comma, Excel operator. I'm getting the result. Similarly, going for day equal to dative, going for date of joining, comma today, and over here taking the Excel operator. So this is how we got the results, and your formula should look like this. Kindly confirm if you're getting the same. Fine. So though did is a hidden formula, we got some sort of result. We are clear with that. But how to confirm that the hidden formula is giving the right answer? Just for your check, I'm just telling you, watch my screen, please. See, as I told you, this formula is a hidden formula. So let me take you through a simple logic. If you go to the day category, it shows me 5,673 days. Now, if I go for is equal to today is the end date, okay, minus my start date, that is date of joining. If I go for it, is it giving me exactly 5,673? Yes. So though date diff is a hidden formula, but it is giving some sort of right answer. We got the clarity? right? Now, the answer, whatever we have received, just check about it. Can we express our answer in this format? Like some employees code A0003 is there. Can I take that 15 years, 186 months, and 5,673 days? No. These are nothing but individual component-wise differences. Year-wise 15, month-wise 186, day-wise 5,673 days. But our requirement is something different. When we go and combine year, month, and days, it should give me the entire difference. So in this case, how to deal with that? Take a look. If you go to the month category, how many months are there? 186 months. We know a simple logic. Whenever number of month reaches to 12, it becomes 1 year. Now, if I ask you how many years are there in 186 months, what will be your stand on this? You will go for calculating the same equal to 186 divided by 12. You will be making like this. Do you agree with me? Yes, no? Right. Now I'm getting 15 decimal 5 means 15 complete years are there which I have already given to a year. That cannot be ever expressed again in the month, right? So month should be containing only 0.5. So to make it happen, just do one thing. Go to that M operator, whatever you have. This is called text operators of Microsoft Excel. So instead of M, you go for YM. Year to month, the incomplete months in a complete year, the moment you go and hit enter, this is going to give you result. So complete years would be removed and the incomplete months will be there in the month category. Similarly, when you go to deed, that is standing for day, go for MD, month to date, the incomplete days in a complete month. And now the moment you hit enter, it gives you a perfect expression, 15 years, 6 months, 12 days. Check it out. Hope it is clear, working for
Prabhaji, how did you get?
Mhm.
I'm getting 12 months. So for the months, so I'm not
12
sure what
months.
I.
You can share the screen. Let me see what is on the
I can.
screen.
Maybe I have just give me 1 second. I share my screen. Entire screen. Entire screen. Share. Let me know if you can see.
Yeah. No, no. The second one is YM, not MD.
Oh, so sorry. This is such a stupid mistake. Sorry.
It's
Apologies.
okay. It's okay. It's okay. No problem. It happens.
I am God. Yep. Get it. Thank you.
Okay. Welcome. All right. So I believe now we all are having the equal information over there on the screen, like 15 years, 6 months, and 12 days. Now we got the answer only for one employee. As we know, selecting the same, we can apply for all by simply going for double click on the fill handle and our problem starts. Why? What is the problem? The moment we copy the formula down, along with our date of joining movement, our Excel operator Y is also moving. Can you see that? The maroon color border you see. So Y goes to here. That's where the problem starts. So how to rectify this? So here people always commits a mistake. What they do, they believe that they have got the answer for the first case. They should start rectifying from the second and subsequent cases. That's wrong. You should start selecting from your source cell. So starting from top to the bottom, you select first, then open the formula by hitting F2 or function F2. Which cell is creating a trouble? D5. So keep your cursor in the formula D5 cell, and that cell should not move down. So what we should do? Should we lock it? Yes, F4. So automatically D5 movement will be stopped. Formula is rectified only with one cell. Need to apply for rest. Control Enter. Similarly, for month, what we can do? Open the selecting all E5 to be locked. Control Enter. Similarly, for day, we should go and select and then F5 to be locked. Control Enter. So this is how people we have understood that formula, whatever it was showing the trouble, how to rectify it. And the formula should look like this at the end. Check and confirm. Is it working? Any doubt? Feel free to ask. Fine. So can I take that? All are clear. Whatever we did, how to compute that with the hidden function called dateDiff. So this is how we have understood how to compute our difference between two set of dates. So are you happy knowing about this dateDiff hidden formula? Fine. Yes, is there a way by which we can see the formulas in the Excel without clicking on the cell? Yes, Ashwan, you can do one thing. See, above to the tab key, there is an infinitive symbol is there. This is called tilde key, Tilde. Okay. You have to use control and tilde. This is the toggle key. Same key to show all the formulas. Again, same key to hide the formulas. Yeah, control and tilde. Fine. So now I'm asking a question. As I said, are you happy knowing about the formula? You said yes. Okay, I'm glad. Now I'm asking the question a bit differently. Going to each and every column, editing the formula, locking the cell in three different columns, three different times. Are you happy doing the same? Right? So you don't have another choice. Good. So this is what our experts suggest us to do the job like this. But Microsoft Excel never recommends for that, what we have done. So what we are not supposed to do, we have understood. So do one thing now. Select the entire yellow colored cell area and simply press the delete button. So as I said again, what we are not supposed to do, we have learned. So now we are going to see how to make an improvement on that. Okay. So as I stated earlier, we have made the practice. First, we'll select the entire array where we need the solution. Yes. Then leave your mouse, leave your touchpad and go for equal to and go for date diff formula. Okay. Make sure you're typing spelling properly again, as I said. And what is the first thing we should do? Going for start date, that is date of joining. Now here, take a look. The moment I go for date of joining, it has picked up the cell value called C7. C7, what is the role of C? C is a column. It is very, very important what I'm saying. Please stay focused. C7, where C the role is column. What is the role of 7? Is the row, correct? So when I copy this formula towards down, C7 will move to C8. When I copy further down, C9, C10, C11, like that movement will be there. Do you agree with me? When I copy this formula towards down, is it going to move like this? C7, C8, C9, C10, C11, right? Now, the moment whatever it is happening, which one sounds common? C7, C8, C9, C10. C sounds common. It means my data is moving, but it is moving within a column. So when data is moving, and that too moving within a column, instead of locking the whole cell, just lock only the column. And to lock the column only, we need to bring the dollar symbol before column. And to bring the dollar symbol before column, hit your F4 key 3 times. Hit your F4 key thrice and see this kind of setup you will be getting having only $1 symbol before column. So this makes your cell as column constant, column lock, or column freeze. Now, what is that column freeze meaning? See, when I copy this formula towards right, C7 will never go to D7 because column is locked. So C will never go and change it to D. But when I copy this formula towards down, $C7 will go to $C8 since row is free. So this setup, we call it as column constant, column freeze, or column lock. It was missing. Right. Hope it is clear why we need to make a column lock. Is it clear? Right. Comma. Then it asks me for end date. What is our end date? End date is nothing but today's date. So we'll go for today formula. So today open bracket and close bracket. Right. Now this formula doesn't need any kind of locking because the default nature of today formula is whichever the cell it goes, it will generate today's date. So having said this, we'll go for ended also. Done, comma. What is the next input? Is our Excel operator, that is y. So when I take this, just watch my screen. When I copy this formula towards down, D5 should not go to D6. But when I copy this formula towards right, D5 should go to E5 for month calculation. When I go further right, E5 should go to F5 for day calculation. So there is a movement, D5, E5, F5. Which one sounds common? Is 5. What is 5? 5 is the row. So we have understood, since our data is moving, and that too moving within a row, instead of locking the entire cell, we should lock only the row. And to lock the row only, we should bring the dollar symbol before row number. And to bring the dollar symbol before row number, F4 two times, F4 twice. That makes your cell as row constant, row freeze, or row lock. So what is the meaning by row lock? When I copy this formula towards down, D5 will never go to D6 because row is locked. When I copy this formula towards right, D5 will definitely go to E5 because column is free. So this setup was missing. That's why we were facing trouble and we had to lock individual columns. Now, since we have made it ready only with one cell, need to apply for rest. What is the shortcut? Control, enter, and see the beauty. With one shot, one go, we got the answer for this. So this is how we are supposed to design our formula, people, in Excel. Okay, so give it a try and check it's working. So try all this, people. Any doubt, any queries, just ask me, because this is very, very important while designing your dashboard, reports, summary report, template, anything, you have to keep using the same. So hope it is working for all. So any difficulties, any questions?